¿Quién está listo para Canelo Alvarez?
What's up, y'all? It's J. Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's boxing talk. Over the past weekend, we had Canelo Alvarez step back into the ring and capture the WBO junior middleweight title at 154 pounds against Liverpool's Liam "Beefy" Smith. It was a very good, entertaining fight. A lot of fight fans have been giving negativity towards this fight, but it was an outstanding attendance crowd of over 50,000+ fans at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Success for Golden Boy. We don't know what the pay-per-view numbers are just yet, but Canelo Alvarez and Liam Smith put on a good, entertaining fight for 9 rounds. As the fight went on, these guys were going toe-to-toe, fighting in the pocket, but like I said before in my previous video, Canelo Alvarez was just too big for Liam Smith. He walked through everything that Liam Smith had to offer. Liam Smith was a very game fighter. I gotta tip my hats off to this young man. This guy did not come to lay down. He came to defend his title in the United States for the very first time and in front of a very big crowd that was pro Canelo all the way through. This kid came forward. He was hit with some vicious shots by Canelo Alvarez, and he showed such a great chin in that fight. This guy would not back down. He kept on letting his hands go, but those punches were not affecting Canelo Alvarez. You saw in this fight that Canelo Alvarez did not go defensively in this fight like he's done in previous fights where he showed good defense against Miguel Cotto and also against Austin Trout using that head movement. He did not respect Liam Smith enough to go that route. He decided to stand there and trade with the smaller man. Now, Liam Smith is a 154-pounder. We know that Canelo Alvarez, when he steps into that ring on fight night, he's a light heavyweight. This guy was just too big for him, and he ate those punches like it was nothing. He was able to dish out the punishment, but he saw that Liam Smith had a great chin and he wasn't going to get knocked out with the punches to the head. So he decided to go and work the body. And he did some great body work, banging him to the rib cage and also hitting him with those beautiful liver shots that put Liam Smith down 3 times in this fight, in the 7th and 8th, and finishing him off in the 9th round. It was a spectacular body shot that put him away in the 9th round. It was an excellent victory for Canelo Alvarez to become a world champion once again. Now, Liam Smith, his stock is definitely going to stay right where it's at because this guy proved that he had tremendous heart. He's going to go on to fight bigger and better fights, and he will put on a very good fight against anyone at 154 pounds because this guy truly has tremendous heart when he steps into that ring, and he did show some grit and some skills in that fight, but it wasn't enough for the bigger man in Canelo Alvarez. Now, what's next for Canelo Alvarez? Golden Boy stated after the fight they had offered Gennady Golovkin a 8-figure payday to fight, and they never took the fight.
Your promoter seems reluctant to make that fight right away, and you seem to be going along with that plan. I think the boxing world wants to know why.
Mira, yo no le tengo miedo a nadie.
You know, I fear no one.
Yo nací para esto. Y aunque no le guste, a mucha gente no le guste, yo soy el mejor boxeador en este momento.
I was born for this. And even though many people may not like it, I am the best fighter right now.
Gracias a toda la gente por eso. Y contestando a tu pregunta, Hace aproximado un mes atrás, le ofrecimos lo doble o lo triple para hacer la pelea.
About a month ago or so, we offered him twice or 3 times as much to make the fight.
We know that Golden Boy is lying. These guys have shown us that they are willing to give up the title because they did not want to negotiate a fight at this time. They want to prolong this fight as much as possible so that Canelo Alvarez could get a few more big paydays, like fights like this that are taking place in Texas where they're selling out 50,000 in attendance, and they can make a few more millions of dollars with Canelo Alvarez before they are able to make that fight. And they have to show face because they are taking a lot of heavy criticism because Canelo Alvarez has not stepped in with the best fighter at 160 pounds. They're willing to stay at 154. But I believe that in December, they will move up in weight at a catch weight at 157 pounds before they make full-fledged weight of 160 pounds in the middleweight division. I believe they're going to fight somebody like Curtis Stevens. That's a fight that's tailor-made, action-packed fight, entertaining fight just like this one was, but it's a fight where Canelo Alvarez will win easily. Gabriel Rosado was supposed to be lined up if he would have won his fight this weekend, but we saw what happened. He was clearly beaten by Willie Monroe Jr. That man will not get a fight against Canelo Alvarez. I know they were saying that the winner will take on Canelo Alvarez, but let's be honest. They don't want a slick boxer that can move in the ring and not give a great entertaining fight to Canelo Alvarez. Alvarez will definitely win against a guy like Willie Monroe Jr., but it won't look more spectacular like it would have been against a Gabriel Rosado or even a Curtis Stevenson, where it's more of a slugfest and a more entertaining fight that the fans are going to like to see these guys go to war. They want to see guys go toe-to-toe and then a spectacular knockout come out the way it was with James Kirkland. And this is what it's going to look like against a guy like Curtis Stevenson. So I expect that fight to take place. They said that Canelo Alvarez had injured his hand in the fight. I don't think that it's a serious injury. They're saying that they're on target for December the 10th, and it's going to be on regular HBO because HBO has a contract where Canelo Alvarez gets 2 pay-per-view fights in 1 year and then 1 fight on regular HBO. So a lot of fans won't have to worry about shutting out more money out of their pocket to pay for a fight to see Canelo Alvarez because it will be on regular HBO. And then you will see Canelo Alvarez finally move up to the 160-pound full-fledged middleweight division when he takes on someone in Cinco de Mayo of May of 2017. And I believe that's going to be somebody like David Lemieux. David Lemieux is going to be fighting most likely on his undercard in December. He has a fight coming up in October. Once he's successful with that fight, he'll come back and fight one more time, probably a showcase just to line these guys up, and then fight in May in Cinco de Mayo in Las Vegas. And it's a fight that we all know is going to be action-packed, tailor-made. Big bombs are going to be thrown. But just like in the Triple G fight, we're going to see Canelo Alvarez take his man apart and finish him off and thrill the fans that really love Canelo Alvarez and love to see these type of performances by him. But we all know the fight that we're waiting for, the most anticipated fight in boxing, is Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G.
That's not normal. What we just saw was not ordinary. It was extraordinary. That kind of punching power.
Oh, good left hand to the body and left to the head. Down goes Proxima. Oh, right hand hurt Proxima. Golovkin steps in and down he goes again.
Body shot puts Macklin down, and that'll be the 14th consecutive knockout for Gennady Golovkin. It comes in the 3rd round.
Oh, people like that. And the shit has gone down, and he's out.
Good left hook. Down goes Stevens. Down goes Steele again on a brilliant right hand. Predator at work. Down goes Rubio. Touch, touch, touch.
Smash.
Left hook smash.
Sharpen up in fights like this.
Canelo is like Brad Pitt and Elvis Presley put together. In Mexico, the world stops when he fights.
That's a fight that they say that they're going to take place in September of 2017, Mexican Independence Day. We have to wait one more year for that fight to take place. It's going to be big. Very big when it happens, because you know that these guys are going to come to bring it. I definitely believe that this fight will happen 100%. It's just like everyone said. They thought that Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather would never fight. It took 6 years. This fight is not going to take 6 years to make, but it's not going to happen right away like we want it to happen. It's going to happen when they say it's going to happen, and that's September of 2017. We all know that the fight is going to sell great pay-per-view numbers, but Canelo Alvarez is not a million-plus pay-per-view seller. He's not a guy like Floyd Mayweather or even a guy like Manny Pacquiao, where those guys sold multiple $1 million pay-per-view buys. Canelo Alvarez versus Miguel Cotto only did 900,000. It was close, but no cigar. So I don't see this fight touching 1 million at all. It's a great fight. It's going to sell very well. It's going to be very big, and it's going to be highly entertaining between these two punches. And I still have Triple G as the man that's going to beat Canelo Alvarez. But it's going to be one hell of a fight, and I can't wait. Now, as far as Triple G is concerned, Triple G just had his fight against Kell Brook, and he's coming back in November. He is probably very close to making a deal with Daniel Jacobs, the Brooklyn boy. I know Al Heyman and Triple G's team have been negotiating. There's a purse bid that might take place, but they're looking at not going to the purse bid. They're looking to make that fight possible, and it's most likely going to take place in Brooklyn, New York. I would love to see it at the Barclays Center. If so, if that fight is made, yours truly, Jay Calderon, will be on the scene watching that fight, because it's going to be a great fight that a lot of fans are going to appreciate, because it's two middleweights with very good punching power. You know, you have Jacob's speed and his boxing skills against the relentlessness of Triple G. People want to see if he could handle those boxing skills and that hand speed and a guy that could punch as hard. But I see Triple G wearing down, you know, Daniel Jacobs and beating him in that fight and stopping him the way Jacobs was stopped once before in his career early on. So we have to wait and see how that fight plays out. I can't wait for that fight to happen. And then I believe Triple G will have one more fight just like Canelo Alvarez. He'll have a fight most likely in early of 2017, and we're looking for Billy Joe Sanders. You know, he's an undefeated fighter with the WBO middleweight title. That's the title that Triple G needs to complete the undisputed crown, and that's a fight that will be very big in the UK, and it'll sell a lot of tickets. But also, if the money is right, Billy Joe Sanders said he might come to the United States, and Las Vegas is looking like a target for Team Triple G. They would love to have Billy Joe Sanders in Las Vegas and win that fight right there. It'll juice up the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, and this fight is going to be much, much bigger. These guys are businessmen. They know what they're doing. So if you line up these action-packed fights between Canelo and Triple G leading up to their fight in September next year, it's going to be a fight that many fans are going to get really hyped up for. Much more hyped up than the fight that we're looking for this year, that we're anticipating. The Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. You know, a lot of fans are really gearing up for that fight right there. They're excited about that fight. I guarantee you, if these guys take this path right now to their mega fight next year in September, it's going to be 3 times as big as Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward. And you're going to see the best fighting the best, finally. So it's just a business strategy that these guys are taking. And, you know, I can't knock them for it. They're making as much money as possible. And they're exciting the fans by continuing to win and trash talk each other and get the fans all riled up through the media. But eventually it's going to happen. But I would like to thank all the fans that tuned in and watched my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to Jay Calderon on YouTube. Hit that little red subscribe button. Also follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter at Jay Calderon Boxing. Also, join that Facebook boxing group page, Jay Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm Jay Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching and subscribe.